25-year-old Deng David Kerr is behind bars for fatally stabbing an elderly woman and injuring her daughter. At around 11:30 p.m. on Saturday the 18th of November, authorities responded to a home at Ulandi Court in the Beckenham neighbourhood of Perth in Western Australia after receiving a report of an altercation involving multiple parties. When officers arrived, they found a woman deceased inside the residence with a stab wound, and she was identified as 63-year-old Julianne Egan. They also located Julianne's daughter, 30-year-old Emma Egan, with multiple stab wounds. She was transported to the Royal Perth Hospital in a critical but stable condition. Witnesses reported seeing Deng leave the premises shortly after the altercation was reported. Police said Deng was known to the victims and was out on bail for public order offences. Police searched the area for Deng, and at around midday on Sunday the 19th of November, he was located less than a mile away from the crime scene, and he was arrested. He's charged with murder and attempted murder, and bond has been denied. The investigation into the matter continues. A 71-year-old nursing home resident is behind bars after fatally beating his neighbour during a fight over the washing machine. At 9:25 p.m. on Friday the 17th of November, authorities responded to Salem Village Nursing and Rehabilitation at 1314 Rail Avenue in Joliet, Illinois, on reports of an assault on the 6th floor. When officers arrived, they found an unresponsive 61-year-old man in the laundry room. Facility staff provided medical assistance to the victim until paramedics arrived. During the investigation, authorities learned that William Paschal attacked the victim while in the laundry room after becoming angry about the victim's use of the washing machine. A staff member tried to intervene, and William repeatedly punched the victim in the head and used the victim's walker in the attack, causing the victim to fall to the floor. Despite medics attempting life-saving measures, the victim died at the scene. William was arrested and booked into the Will County Jail on charges of first-degree murder and aggravated battery. The investigation into the matter continues. Police are searching for two suspects involved in the fatal shooting of a man at a gas station. At 10:31 p.m. on Wednesday the 15th of November, authorities responded to the Chevron gas station at 2111 Campbellton Road Southwest in Atlanta, Georgia on reports of a shooting. When officers arrived, they found an unresponsive man laying in the parking lot with multiple gunshot wounds. Medics pronounced him dead at the scene. The victim was identified as Jatovius Favors. Investigators learnt that Jatovius made a purchase in the store while his two children sat in the car. CCTV captured two other men get into a dispute with Jatovius inside the store. The altercation escalated as the men went outside, and the suspects gunned Jatovius down in front of his kids. Police said they're looking for the two suspects who fled the scene in a blue Jeep Compass. The investigation into the matter continues. Religious leader 26-year-old Hans Schmidt was shot in the head for preaching to people in the streets. The incident occurred at around 6 p.m. on Wednesday the 15th of November on the northwest corner of 51st and Peoria Avenues in Glendale, Arizona. Hans, who's a former military combat medic, was on the megaphone on the street corner, preaching to people passing by when someone pulled out a gun and shot him in the head. No one heard the shot or saw where it came from. The bullet entered his left temple and travelled through his brain and became lodged on the right side of his head. Police reviewed surveillance footage at the intersection, which showed Hans fall before getting up, walking and talking as he bled profusely. No one realised what happened at first until he began vomiting and having seizures, and he was rushed to hospital. He was sedated and had fluid drained from his head to relieve pressure on his brain, and he was placed on life support. Police are still trying to identify a suspect, and it remains unclear if Hans was shot by someone inside a vehicle or someone passing by on foot. Hans is married and a father of two small children. His wife Zula is asking anyone with information to come forward while praying for the safe recovery of her beloved husband. The investigation into the matter continues.